Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're untangling literally one of the most high-stakes rivalries in human history, the United States and China. This isn't just some boring trade war over tariffs anymore. We are looking at a massive, completely multifaceted duel for total global influence. We're talking artificial intelligence, military dominance, and, well, the very shape of our entire world order.
So the absolutely crucial question is this: who will be the real superpower in the future? And look, this isn't just some academic debate taking place in a classroom. The outcome of this power struggle, it's going to dictate the future of global markets, technological innovation, and international security for decades to come. The stakes here literally could not be higher. To help us understand the shifting balance of power, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the broad race for supremacy. Then we'll compare China's rapid 20-year rise against America's entrenched global power. After that, we'll dive into two massive battlegrounds: the AI war and the Taiwan flashpoint, before wrapping up with what experts predict for a divided future world.
All right, part one, the race for supremacy beyond the economy.
Moving on to Part 2, China's rapid 20-year rise, a new global leader.
20 years. Honestly, that is all it took. In just the last 2 decades, China has completely caught the world off guard. I mean, historically speaking, 20 years is just a blink of an eye for a nation to rise to this level of prominence. They didn't just grow, they basically exploded onto the world stage, completely rewriting the rules of global manufacturing and economic gravity along the way.
So how exactly did they do it? Well, they built a foundation totally from the ground up. By becoming the undisputed leader in factory infrastructure, they managed to achieve complete export dominance. But, and this is key, they aren't stopping at just traditional manufacturing. Right now, China is aggressively pivoting into the future. They're dominating electric vehicles, and they are pouring billions, literally billions, into advanced tech and AI. They've systematically transformed themselves from just being the world's factory floor into really a leading architect of tomorrow's technology.
Okay, Part 3, America's entrenched global power, the established titan. Now, where China's rise is fueled by this insane, rapid tech and manufacturing boom, America relies on some incredibly deeply entrenched pillars that have been built up over a century. The United States controls the world's most powerful military, which is directly backed by its control of the global dollar system. And that dollar system, it's the absolute lifeblood of international trade that funds and sustains all of this supremacy. Add in the sheer technological dominance of massive corporate titans like Google, Apple, and Microsoft, plus unparalleled cultural soft power through things like Hollywood and global politics, and yeah, you have an incredibly formidable, deeply established titan.
Which brings us to part 4, the artificial intelligence war, the digital battlefield.
Out on this new digital battlefield, the strategies are actually starkly different. On one side, the United States is laser-focused on pioneering frontiers through companies like OpenAI, while simultaneously working super aggressively to bottleneck and control advanced semiconductor chips. And those chips are the literal building blocks of the future that make AI possible in the first place. China, on the flip side, is pushing just as hard to build and scale a completely self-reliant domestic AI industry, so they absolutely cannot be cut off. Both of these nations are pouring massive, massive amounts of wealth into building up their digital arsenals.
You might be asking, why is this specific race so intense? Well, it's because global experts pretty much universally agree the future economy will be decided by AI. The winner of this war doesn't just get a nice, lucrative new tech sector. No, they get to write the fundamental rules for human industry, automation, and global efficiency. It is without a doubt the ultimate key to future wealth and power.
Now for Part 5, the Taiwan geopolitical flashpoint, the physical battlefield.
Let's just ground ourselves in the facts of this specific dispute, exactly as reported by our sources. The core of the Taiwan issue really comes down to this. China fundamentally considers Taiwan to be its own territory. On the other hand, America actively supports Taiwan. Because of these diametrically opposed positions, tensions in Asia are rising, and they're rising significantly. This right here is the exact point on the map where the physical interests of these two massive powers are colliding directly.
So why does this matter to you, no matter where you live? Because if a physical conflict were to actually break out over Taiwan, it would act as a massive geopolitical tripwire. Our sources warn that it would unleash devastating consequences on the global economy practically overnight. We're talking about severing vital supply chains, crashing markets, and disrupting international trade on a scale we just haven't seen in our lifetimes.
Finally, Part 6, a divided future world, the new world order.
When experts try to forecast the ultimate outcome of this rivalry, they really don't see a clear, single winner emerging anytime soon. Make no mistake, China will continually and aggressively challenge U.S. economic dominance. But at the same time, America's military strength and its deeply rooted global alliances, those aren't going anywhere either. Neither of these titans is going to simply fold and walk away.
And that leads us to the ultimate expert prediction. The future world will likely not have one single superpower running the show. Instead, we are looking at a globe that's divided into two powerful, distinct blocks. Eventually, nations will probably have to align themselves, either stepping behind the established might of the American system or getting on board with the rapidly rising technological and economic engine of China.
Which brings us right back around to you. After going through the data, looking at the strategies, and seeing these battlegrounds, who do you think will rule the future? Will it be China or America? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I honestly love reading your perspectives on this stuff. And hey, if you found this structured breakdown helpful, make sure to like and subscribe to this explainer so you never miss our next deep dive. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.